Hello and welcome everybody to today's Gold and Silver Club presenting the Commodities Corner. We've got a post non-farm payroll special today. So there's been some very, very interesting moves on the market today. We will cover that very shortly for those of you who are looking at trade opportunities at the moment. Before we go into the technicals, really you want to be taking a look at the energies, okay? So we're getting some breakouts at the moment on WTI and Brent. Those are the markets to watch at the moment. Gold, very uneventful. Silver, quite uneventful. Copper, fairly uneventful. So you really want to turn your eyes to the energies, natural gas, Brent and WTI. So we'll be taking a look at that very shortly with you. We're doing a review of post non-farm payroll review. But today's non-farm payroll has been very interesting indeed. So we're going to talk you through that. During the live session, we'll do a review of the commodities market this week. We'll go over our top trades of the week on gold, silver, oil, natural gas, copper, and the commodity currencies. We'll do live technical analysis and trading. We're in some trades at the moment, which are doing very well. We'll identify high profitable trade setups. We'll look at the week ahead, key events, looking forward. And of course, we'll be answering any questions you may have too on today's post NFP webinar. So commodities traders have received the US non-farm payroll data. It's now came out about 1 hour ago. So US non-farm payrolls came in at 113K versus expectations of 180K. So unemployment rate and 6.6% versus expectations of 6.7 for January non-farm payroll. So weaker than expected. So we have seen a move down with the US dollar index. Not much though. It just spiked lower, but it's found a bit of support at the moment. So we don't immediately expect gold or silver to get a rally from here. In fact, we are just consolidating at a key level at the moment that we need to take a look at very shortly. So these estimates, so US non-farm payroll rose by 113K last month, missing estimates of 180 rise based on a report released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In the previous month, the number of new employees rose by the surprisingly low figure of 74K. The unemployment rate dropped to 6.6 in January, down from 6.7 in the previous month. So the week gold price hit, this week we hit a fresh weekly high of 12.74 for the week. Last week we hit 12.78. Current price of gold 12.58. So we're right slap bang in the middle of the weekly trading range again. The previous week's close was 12.42, and it hit that level once before retreating back to 12.50. So this week, gold has been supported by an outflow of capital from equities and emerging markets amid global economic concerns. So if you're wondering why gold isn't lower after the FOMC announcement and the additional tapering, well, this week's mix of US data has added to the trend as the Federal Reserve continued to taper. A wave of currency declines are hurting a number of emerging markets. So any of you traveling to Brazil, Russia, India, South Africa, particularly if you've got dollars or pounds, you will have noticed a very good exchange rate, particularly against the Brazilian real and the South African rand at the moment, currently at 8-year highs, the pound actually against those markets. So very good if you travel, but this is prompting local investors to move their capital away from depreciating currencies and also into safe havens like gold, which is why gold has been supported this week, even with China off for their lunar holiday this week. So before we go into the technicals and we look at some trade setups, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer, and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, copper, the commodity currencies. Trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. And I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars, and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nik Kalsi. So Nik is a professional trader, investment analyst, and speaker. He began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, he spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset, and tools that give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy, and also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications, and we both appeared frequently on financial television. So gold price, what's gold trading at right now? Gold's actually very boring right now. It's at 1,258. It's really not the market to be watching. Energies right now are the markets to be watching, all breaking out. Natural gas, the WTI crude oil, Brent crude oil. We're going to move on to those very shortly. Gold may gain some interest once we get the next 4-hour candle close, but the price at the moment, we're not seeing much interest in gold. So we'll move on to some key technical analysis, but we'll be focusing a lot on the energies. So the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. We've had some very lucrative trades this week. First of all, the start of the week, we had a nice natural gas trade, found support at a key level, also key resistance broken. So we just entered the price using the natural gas index there, just above 4.988. So on the sectors on binary.com, you can also trade which is fantastic. You can actually get exposure to a lot of different commodities on there, which I'll show you very shortly. But that was just through the natural gas index. Gold this week, we had a nice breakout. Midweek, we came down to the 1254 level, which gave us an opportunity to go long. Very simply a buy entry rise trade for the price to be higher. Came out at 1270. That was where the price closed over the day trade and gave us a nice profit. Brent crude oil, so we've had some good trades on both WTI and Brent this week, some breakouts. This was a buy, just a rise trade for the price to be higher, using a higher low trades on Brent above 105.55, which then broke out and gave us our rise trade win. WTI crude oil as well had a nice breakout this week, again at a key level. So for WTI crude oil, we just get exposure to that using the crude index, and that's how we get a nice trade on crude oil, and it was just a buy entry once we broke above 97.50. So those are some of the top trades of the week. So we're going to look at some live technical analysis. We'll look at some trade opportunities. If you select rises, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price. If you select falls, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. Now, we've been very had a lot of live analysis that we've done already today. We've been trading with all our traders at the Gold and Silver Club all morning and trading non-farm payroll as well. So we've had some really lucrative trade opportunities, but we're seeing still more opportunities to trade at the moment after the non-farm payroll announcement has come through. So I'll talk you through what we're looking at the moment and some potential trade opportunities. So we'll just talk you through this. So I've already anticipated a lot of trades I want to take already. Okay. So first trade I'm going to talk you through is Brent. Brent crude oil has now broken through a key level that we were looking to get a move above this week. We've got a nice upward trending channel here on Brent crude oil. The weekly is looking great. The seasonality this time of year looks good. And we're getting a bit of profit taking this Fibonacci level, but I like Brent crude oil for the buy here. We can get exposure to Brent crude oil through either the crude index, which is here, or we can get it through Brent crude oil as well on the commodities. So just going to go down to oil and get best price, see what we get in. 92% payout, that's really good. Okay, we'll just look at that for a number of hours and see what we can do. So we're getting a breakout at the moment on the energies. So I do want to take this trade. Got a 92% payout, which is pretty good. It's very good, actually. Okay, let's see how far we can go out. So 4 hours, we're going to go out 4 hours on Brent crude oil. It's time now, it's 40:45, so we can take this contract to start at 250. Okay, so we're getting a breakout. We've really not got much to stop Brent crude oil coming up here to the next Fibonacci level. It's already broken above it. A little bit of profit taking here, so we're going to look for a break above, continuation up to the next key level, which is about 107.60. So I'm going to go for that for Brent crude oil, purchase that 4 hour time frame. Okay, good. Okay, that's been done, Brent crude oil. Now, we're also seeing WTI, God, it's moving fast. WTI is breaking out. I want to take this through. Apologies if my speed of voice is a bit fast right now. Just want to take these trades before it's too late. So we've got the crude index here. I want to take this trade as well. So we've got to go in for, I believe, a 1 hour time frame. Okay, within trading hours, we're going to have to go on the minutes, and we're going to go for 45 minutes, which might even need to be tighter than that, 35 minutes. Okay, see if we can go out to 40 minutes. No, 35 minutes. Okay, so we are getting a breakout at the moment, Brent, WTI, natural gas. So this has been a move we've been anticipating. It's a move that we've been in since this trend level 97.18, but it's going to continue up. So I'm going to take that long 35 minutes I want to be in this trade. Start time at 250, purchasing that for an 81% payout, 1,378 deposit for 2,500 payout. So that's been taken on, we've got the crude oil index there. Now I want to take a trade. So that's both Brent and WTI, which I see continuing. Brent has got more legs to it, but you've got exposure to Brent and WTI through that crude oil index. Now, natural gas is the next one, which is going to break out. You can see the energies there. Bounced really nicely off a trend line today. Look at that. And we came down and we found a nice bounce of 4.722 Fibonacci. So I'm going to take the natural gas trade too. Okay, natural gas index, see what we get on this. I believe we can only go out to 35 minutes because it's going to close soon, but I want to get this before the market does close. Yep, 35 minutes for this trade. So again, I can go for 1,306 deposit, 2,500 payout, 91% payout. Price just needs to finish 1 point higher. Okay, so I'm just going to take that on natural gas. That's another buy. The energies are breaking out now, so that's where the play is. That it's not on gold. You can see gold's doing nothing at the moment. It's hesitated. We didn't get the breakout above key levels during the non-farm payroll. So let me just check if there's any more trades to take. Lining up as well. Okay, good. Okay, so with the trades done, let's just go into some technical analysis, and I'll talk you through what's going on at the moment. Just bear with me as we bring on the US dollar index. Okay, should update in just a second. Here we go. Okay, so here is, let's just check. There we go. US dollar index found perfect support at 50 moving average today. So this was a key level that we've been looking at this morning, actually, on our live trading room. So if you look at the weekly technicals, although we had a pullback, it wasn't much. It didn't do any damage to the US dollar index. We did get a quick move lower here, but if we zoom in on the US dollar index, this moves inversely to gold and silver. So if the US dollar index goes down, gold and silver go up. Initially, on the jobless claims, which were negative for the US dollar, we saw a spike lower. However, and we saw a spike up in gold. Gold didn't go far enough to the upside. It didn't break above 1280 for us to get interested in a potential buy. We needed it to break that level to get buyers interested. It didn't. And then you can see the US dollar index found support at the 50-day moving average, and that is putting pressure on gold and silver at the moment. So this is where you want to be careful. Particularly about any longs, gold, silver. This capitulation here, this big dragonfly doji on the US dollar index is indicating that we could get more selling off here on gold. So we've been nicely supported the 50-day moving average. You can see we've got another trend line here in place. Really, we're starting to develop here on the US dollar index. It's doing well to get supported. So no major damage. So negative news today for the US dollar index. Bounced off the 50-day moving average. US dollar index, US dollar is too strong at the moment, given the fact that they're not going to taper anymore. We're seeing that supported immediately. So the energies are getting a correlation. They got a little bit of a dip initially, but now they're finding support. Natural gas looking good here for a nice strong move to the upside. You can see we found support. Really good risk to reward on that. The market only needs to finish 1 pip higher for you to win that trade, just 4.722, major level of support. Now, if we go over, there we go, we can see WTI did find support. It's the key level we looked at just prior to non-farm payroll, 97.18. We're already up over 100 points from that entry, but I do see more upside to this at the moment for WTI. I also see more upside for Brent. So Brent we're just continuing. We're going to get more buyers interested as we break above this Fibonacci. So above circa about one, I can't quite see the level there, 1713. So if we can get a break above that, we'll probably see a move towards the upper trend channel here. So about another 50 points up to 1750 1760. So that's what we're looking at. You can see, I mean, we could just sit here and watch it, but I'm pretty sure that's going to break out now. We're just going to see WTI and Brent move to the upside. Let's just look at WTI. Look at that. WTI is strong. So any crude index trade, sector trades that we've just taken, look at that. It's coming up. Should win here. We just need to be 1 pip higher in order to win the trade. So, and it's all about the energies today, guys. For non-farm, the post non-farm payroll. Don't even bother with gold today. So the energies, we're just waiting for the market. Again, with these sort of trades on binary.com, we just need the trade to finish 1 pip higher to win the entire payout. It doesn't need to finish 50, 100 pips higher. And with the crude index on the sectors, you get exposure to both Brent and WTI. And then with the natural gas index, you get exposure to US gas and UK gas, which is getting supported nicely. There we are. We're at the session high at the moment, the daily high for Brent crude oil. There we go. We're coming up. Put it on the tick chart as well. Just see what's going on there too. Let's get it across. What are we looking at? Brent. So you can see the ticks as they come up. There we go. We're just coming to it. There we go. It's coming up. 107.18 now. Let's just check WTI. WTI also at its daily high. Let's put it back on Brent. Okay, we'll come back to those. We've got the tick chart now. 107.20. You know, it's going to break out now. So that's why we've just taken those trades very quickly, guys, just before they do break out. I can see the writing on the wall for energy. They're going to break out this afternoon. They're already breaking out, actually. So, okay, so let's move across to Australian US dollar. So Australian US dollar maintained this this trend channel. We broke above this week the 50-day moving average, which was very important for Australian US dollar to get above this key level. We've since created a trend channel to the upside, which we found support at during the non-farm payroll announcement. We came down, tested 0.89221 in the earlier part of the day. Then we rallied up to our take profit Fibonacci level, which we took off the table, 65 points profit. We're getting a bit of a pullback at the moment on Australian US dollar, but as long as it stays within this trend channel, it's looking good for Australian US dollar to the upside here. So we can see this trend channel that's in place. If you don't have a long trade on Australian US dollar at the moment from early in the week when we got above the 50-day moving average, I probably would leave it for now and wait for next week until to get some more good setups here on Australian US dollar. I think we're right midway between that channel at the moment. If it was right near the supportive area of that channel, near the fib level, 0.89221, I would consider another long. But right now, I would leave it and just wait for more opportunities next week. We've had some nice moves on that today. Copper looking interesting, just staying consolidated. Nice box on copper at the moment. Which way is it going to break today? This will give us more, definitely more direction on gold and silver today, because copper does tend to be a leading indicator for gold and silver. So you can see it's slap bang in the middle of two Fibonacci levels at the moment, just consolidating. So we're either going to get a breakout to the upside, back up to 3.27, or a breakdown from this consolidation back down to 3.2273. And that will probably decide the next move for gold and silver here too. Gold. We've got a nice pennant on gold. We did all these levels prior to the webinar that we, with our traders today on non-farm payroll. We're looking basically to go long gold at the moment. We need a break above 1280. So if it can't break above 1280, we won't go long for the time being, unless we get this this upward trending trend channel where the price is at the moment at 1259, provides some support, and we break back out of the pennant again. So above the 1260 level here on gold. But right now, volumes are really surprisingly low on gold at the moment after non-farm payroll. Everybody's waiting. They don't know what to do. So if we get a break below 1255, we could get a move to 1251. The major level really to break on gold for a short here is going to be a break below 1251 for a move down to 1239. And possibly if we break below 1239, which was the low from the FOMC, a break down to 1224. We've got a little bit of a hammer forming now on the 4-hour time frame. So you can see this little hammer which is forming at the moment. So we've got about another 9 minutes left of that. Actually, we could get potentially a buy opportunity here within this upward trending channel. We might get that on gold. It's interesting, actually. We're getting a little bit of buying here on gold. It's a pretty good risk to reward on gold from that current level at the moment, actually. 1260. Let's have a look at this. We might actually have a trade opportunity here for gold. We've got about another for that 1 hour candle. Let's have a look. Need to see how this is going to form. See if we can go. We really need to wait a little bit more time here. We've got this nice upper trending trend channel. I do favour, actually, we're still within this uptrend, a move higher rather than lower here for gold at the moment. So I'm just looking at another screen at some different technicals just to see whether it's worth taking a trade here. This trade's looking good. It's not ready yet. It might be ready in about 10 minutes time. So what we really need to do is we need the price to break out of this pennant which has formed. So what we need gold to do is really break above circa around about 1261 level, 1262 level. If it can do that, we could be due quite a nice move up to 1272, potentially back up to the session high here, around 1272. If we break below 1255, we could then come down, retest 1252 here, and potentially reverse lower. So it's surprising to get this amount of tight volatility on gold after non-farm payroll. It's incredible. I've not seen this many times before when we've got such a tight move over this 4 hour time frame, which is just started. So we're probably going to get a breakout in either direction soon, but it's not quite ready yet. Gold definitely going to be one to watch a bit later, but on non-farm payroll, it's very muted at the moment after non-farm payroll. If we take a look at silver just consolidating. You can see two clear levels here. So we've really got resistance at 1220, support here at 1970. Which way are we going to break today is the big question. So we did manage to finally break out this downward trending trend channel that we've been in on silver for, well, quite some time, since August 2013. We can see we broke out in that trend channel. Silver needs to hold above the 50-day moving average here in order for silver to have any sort of chance of continuing this breakout. It needs to close above this downward trending trend channel. It needs to close above the 50-day moving average, and then we might see some buying once China return on Sunday open and into Monday and into next week. So silver, it's important it can close strong here. The same with gold. If gold can close, I would say above 1260 here and close above this pennant, and particularly if it can close at weekly highs around 1272 to 1276 level, that will be very positive for the close of the week and also moving into next week as well. Just take a look at the weekly. Yeah, we're still a little bit far away from last week's high here. And on the daily, we've got a nice inverse hammer actually forming on the moment on the daily time frame, which is finding resistance to the key moving average here. So we'll be paying attention to that. So very important to see where gold closes today. This is going to really provide us with a lot of information as we move into next week. And finally, let's look at natural gas. Let's go back to natural gas. So natural gas, there you go, looking strong at the moment from our natural gas index trade. Will close in about 25 minutes now. And that will, at the moment, it's a profitable trade. It will end in profit. It's above the price that we entered into that. It just needs to finish 1 pip higher and we win the entire trade. So in terms of technical analysis, that is your post non-farm payroll technical analysis. So really we're looking key markets to be looking at for breakouts at the moment are the energies. Gold's not ready just yet. It looks like it might be ready soon, but it's just not giving us that confirmation yet. But natural gas, Brent and WTI all looking good. So what we'll do now, we'll just have a look at key news announcements which will affect the markets moving into next week as well. So before we do so, for everybody, if it's your first time on one of our Commodities Corner webinars, well, as a recognition and also rewarding you for being on today's webinar, you get a bonus amount you can add to your trading. Actually, this will, I think, is automatically given to you on binary.com for your trading account. So $20 trading credit, just with the bonus code 11121F20. To implement that, you just go to binary.com, select sign up, open real money account, enter that bonus code and you get $20 trading credit. Okay, so let's look at key news as we go into next week. So, of course, today, non-farm payrolls have already occurred. Now, other key news announcements to look out for are next Wednesday. Again, U.S. crude oil inventories. That data reports the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in inventory. Commercial firms report their inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. That always has an impact on oil, had an impact this week. We got a pullback on that announcement, which gave us a great opportunity to buy into the overall uptrend, which gave us two trades, one of 130 points, and also just a crude index trade just to be higher, and also the Brent crude oil trade to be higher. So two great trades we've had this week on Brent on the announcement. Thursday, 13th of February next week, we've got US core retail sales. That's at 1:30 p.m. GMT, 8 a.m. Eastern time. That report measures the change in the total value of sales at the retail level in the US. That's an important indicator of consumer spending and also considered a pace indicator in the US economy. Higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Then moving into next week, Thursday, we have the US natural gas storage at 3:30 p.m. GMT, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So that energy information, that news from the Energy Information Administration gives the gas storage report measuring the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage. So that's an important indicator and important report for natural gas. This week we saw that have a negative impact on natural gas. We saw the price pull back quite significantly. So these are always tradable opportunities for your commodities trading, especially for crude oil on Wednesdays and natural gas Thursdays. Then moving into next week, towards the end of next week, we have on the 14th of February, on Valentine's Day, in the UK, we have the Chinese CPI at 2 a.m. GMT at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And the consumer price index measures the change in the price of goods and services from the perspective of the consumer. It's a key way to measure changes in purchasing trends and inflation. China is, of course, a big buyer in gold, silver, copper, and oil. So a stronger than expected number should be taken as positive for the metals and energies, and a lower than expected number should be taken as negative. On Friday, 14th of February, we also have 2:55 a.m. GMT, 9:55 Eastern time, the Michigan Consumer Sentiment. That index rates the relative level of current and future economic conditions. Two versions of the data released 2 weeks apart. The preliminary data and also tends to have a greater impact. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar. A lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. So those are the key news announcements you want to be looking out for this week. As we come towards the end of the session, natural gas is actually closing here at the daily highs. So is Brent and WTI very close to daily highs as well. So all looking good for the energies at the moment. And of course, if you'd like to find out more about our live trading room program, how to join the Gold and Silver Club Trading Live, how to join our exclusive community of international traders and find out more how to trade gold and silver and get all our chart setups and be able to look at the trades that we trade and also get support from the community. You can find out more about that at www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. And you can also contact us at London, New York, or Johannesburg office on the numbers on the screen, or just email us office@thegoldandsilverclub.com. I'll leave those numbers on shortly for you if you do want to get in touch via phone. And of course, subscribe to our newsletter for free weekly gold, silver, oil, commodity currency news, live market analysis, just on our website. Very straightforward to do. Okay, so a couple of you want the bonus code again. Okay, bear with me. This is the bonus code, guys, 11121F20. I believe that should automatically get credited to you if you've never been on a binary.com webinar before like this. That will automatically get done. But if not, just jot down that number just in case, or just keep it as reference to make sure that you do get your $20 or £20 trading credit. Yep, okay. Fantastic, guys. Right, so good luck for the rest of the day's trading. I believe we're still going to get some lucrative opportunities between now and the end of the day. As I say, the energies are still breaking out. And we'll catch you on the next one. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next Commodities Corner. Okay, take care, everyone, and thanks again to binary.com for putting on today's post NFP webinar. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.